Altcoin season is next, and it's starting right now. But are you holding the right altcoins? Or have you got money sidelined waiting to buy dips and you're wondering whether it's too late to buy into some of the most popular altcoins? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 high conviction altcoins that will run incredibly well in the coming days and weeks. I'm going to talk about the key narratives to pay attention to and how you can easily go and find altcoins yourself that are worth investing in right now for significant gains. So hit the like button and let's get into today's video. Now guys, Donald Trump won the election. This is seen as a positive thing for crypto. If you disagree with me, go and look at the crypto charts. This is 2016 when Donald Trump won. What are we expecting here? Something pretty damn big. But if you've ever seen this before, you'll realize that Bitcoin might be a bit late in terms of being able to see significant gains. And many of you are wondering whether to sell your Bitcoin now to get into altcoins. I'm going to show you a few charts in a moment that should answer that question. Phase 1, Bitcoin pumps. We've seen it happen already. Bitcoin will continue to run to the upside, mind, just not that much. We've got phase 2, Ethereum and large caps, and then main small cap degen stuff coming later. And for those of you who are out there trying to get into small caps right now, I heavily advise that you don't do that, because while you might be able to find some winners, it is riskier and more difficult. And really the play right now is large caps. Let me prove it to you. This is cryptobubbles.net. This is the top 100 coins. You can see in general, we're seeing massive gains across the top 100 altcoins right now. In contrast, the top 900 to 1,000 altcoins, we see lots of big red ones here, like these 60% down on Trump. We see other meme coins really struggling and other coins not really performing well. Yes, we got some winners, but ultimately you're guaranteed to make gains, dare I say it, if you get into the top 100 than if you're trying to go into the riskier stuff. And then later on in the bull market, when we move from large caps into alt season, then you can take the massive gains that you're going to make in the coming weeks and months from this and move it into that. Now then, before we dive in and look at different coins, I want you to consider a few things. There are key narratives that will drive this bull market. And yes, meme coins will be a part of that. And there are larger cap meme coins that I think will do very well in the time being. But we want to go after stuff that's really undervalued right now. And mostly that is utility coins. This bull market will be dominated by AI because of Elon Musk now being the right-hand man of Donald Trump. And AI is going to be in the news every 30 seconds. You got real world assets because this bull market is dominated by BlackRock and BlackRock's ETF. And they're going to be tokenizing funds everywhere, which means real world assets will get huge exposure. By gaming, because they're now releasing games like Off the Grid, and I'm going to tell you how you can go and buy some Off the Grid tokens before they even go live slightly later on in the video. And you've also got other things like DePIN and DeFi and whatever else. But focusing in on AI, gaming, and real world assets right now, I think you're going to be onto some winners. And if you've been paying attention to the charts in the last few days, you'll realize that there is one coin that has been dominating space, and it's Dogecoin. But guys, this is not one of my high conviction coins right now. Dogecoin's a meme coin. It will do well, but I'm using this as an example to show you the chart. Look at the sell-off, finds a base, and then it rips out. Okay, this is very, very typical of a recovery pattern. Right now, Doge is up 90% in just the last few weeks after breaking this recovery pattern. So knowing that any coins that rallied really strongly earlier on in the year, that then had good pullbacks, have found a base, and are maybe slightly earlier on down here, we're going to find some high probability winners without having too much risk. So first up in the AI DePIN niche, and there are other altcoins in this space, but just use this chart pattern and go and plot it against coins that you're interested in. Okay. If you find like a coin where it's already up here, then don't buy it. Look for one that's down near the purple line or somewhere in this area here is yet to break out of this cup. EOS is a phenomenally exciting project. And you can see how phenomenally exciting it was back earlier in the year when everyone was getting into AI and everyone was talking about it. One of the most impressive teams in crypto. They've been around for a good period of time. And right now, this chart pattern looks incredible. EOS comes in with a market cap of $540 million, putting it in the top 200 coins, not the top 100. And you can expect to see significant upside in this particular token over the coming weeks and months. Remember, you're not likely to see a 50x in a coin with a market cap of this size. You're literally trying right now to get maybe a 10x plus in the next few months that follows. You can then take those gains and then go to the kind of the smaller cap degen plays when it's time for them to run. Remember, it's not time to be diving into small caps right now. It's so risky and so difficult to find these winners. And if a lot of the coins you're holding in your portfolio right now aren't showing much upside, it's probably because you're overly exposed to smaller caps. Next up, another coin that has been heavily publicized and given so much excitement and attention back in like March time. Everybody was talking about Render. It was one of the most important projects around. It's in DeepIn, which is decentralized physical infrastructure networks. It deals with decentralized cloud compute. Okay, so when it comes to AI and rendering services, there's a huge demand for different companies to access compute power. This means developing AI projects as well as doing rendering for like video games, rendering for movies, etc. Means that projects like this have been in high demand. DeepIn projects are actually making money, which is quite rare across crypto. They have a bunch of active users that are continuing to grow all the time. And literally, as soon as we flip into full-blown altcoin season mode, which could actually happen in the next day or two, with the FOMC cutting interest rates, with also China adding stimulus, etc., things could go bananas. And these are perfectly set up from previous areas of excitement. They've cooled off. They're now creating these bases. And guys, this isn't just these ones that I talk about. There is a bunch like this. Go and look at them, and if you're finding very similar patterns from coins that perform strongly that are starting to show aggressive buying up here, like Render, you can see in the last week is now up 27%. This shows to me there's still life in it yet, and this is going to get running once more. You can see this again happening in Aether, one of the most exciting, hyped up projects that everyone was talking about before. During the point of time when utility coins were hot, Aether launched in June, which is a pretty bad time to launch given what happened after, and managed to maintain solid price action whilst it did see some downside, and has now found itself in this buy zone. Aether's DeepIn cloud compute project. Aether is a project that I was holding before. I then did see that there could be some more upside elsewhere. Now in this buy zone area here, I'm looking to get back into Aether and run through this next AI pump that will come, the next DeepIn AI pump that will come. Aether's a cloud compute platform. They're pretty much the main provider of all of these different crypto AI projects that are all using cloud compute power from Aether. Aether has H100 GPUs provided by NVIDIA, and they will allow you to access this GPU power for a fraction of the cost from Amazon Web Services and others out there. This is what we're seeing in terms of mass adoption coming in. Projects that are actually being used on the merits that they have other than just the novelty of being blockchain. Aether is a very strong pick in my opinion. Yes, there is big unlocks to come for Aether, but they won't come until at least 18 months away from now. And that is a very good thing because this is $1 billion project, but currently with a constricted market cap in terms of circulating supply, which will ride up through this bull market really well. Now, I know in my community, a lot of people bought Aether in a pre-sale and have bought other pre-sales for altcoins. And this gives us a very exciting opportunity. I also know that loads of people have been excited about buying Guns, which is the token behind Off the Grid, and all of you want access to pre-sale tokens. And that's where I want to talk about Spring, which is a platform where you can go and buy other people's vested tokens. Now, that might sound a bit weird. I, for example, bought some Aether at pre-sale for a fraction of the current price, along with other VCs and along with people in my community who access those pre-sales as well. That means that we got in at prices as low as 2 and 3 cents, which means that we are massively in profit right now. But because of vesting, we can't take any profits. However, coming across to this platform, I can sell my allocation at a discount to someone else who really strongly believes in Aether. There's other tokens available here like Gunzilla Games, and you can go and pick up some of these pre-sale tokens at a fraction of the live market price. For example, in the last bull market, VCs were buying Salana at under $1, and the price of Salana went all the way up to $250, but they were still locked into the project. They could have gone and sold their Salana tokens for a fraction of this market cap up here for them to make money and for you to make money as well. So not only can you buy pre-market tokens before they've even gone live for a variety of different coins, but while coins are actually vesting out for projects that have already launched, you can also go and invest in other people's vested projects. And this can all be done through the Spring.net platform. Now, I know a lot of people across my community have been investing in early stage projects, and here's your opportunity to be able to go and sell some of your vesting periods earlier rather than later to be able to maximize some gains. If you want to join up for this, and then you can join up for the whitelist. It's linked down below in the description. And when this goes live in January, you're going to be able to use this platform. Now, guys, coming back, it's clear to see there is a lot of projects that have been running really, really strongly throughout the last few months. Solana is definitely one with not really much pullback. But Solana's not going to see you massive upside in that it is probably a little bit high in price right now. Whilst I still think it's going to hit towards $800, $900, I don't think you're going to see the best upside from this. If you want to benefit, however, from the growth of the Solana ecosystem, then go across to defilama.com and look at Solana. You can see the big growth in TVL. You can see the volume on Solana continues to look very strong. Come down below and you can look at projects by sorting on TVL and look at some of the growth that's going on here. There's some larger caps that are benefiting from the growth of the Solana ecosystem right now that you can also get into instead of having limited upside on Solana. Some of these might be DEXs like Jupiter and Radium and real-world asset platforms like Jito that give you a really interesting opportunity to be able to maximize gains from Solana. I know that many of you who have subscribed to the channel who've been watching my videos heard me talk about the same thing with Sui. Sui currently sits at all-time highs and will continue to see upside. But again, we made the most of buying into the tokens that were on Sui down below. This is the only way that you can find small caps right now that have early opportunity. We picked up Cetus and we've been talking about it on the channel, which just yesterday they announced they were launching on Binance. We were talking about this coin back in early September. Since then, it's already up 258%. In the last day or so, you can see yesterday it rallied all the way up 109% in a day. Look at DEXs on big chains that are starting to run well. You can't go too far wrong. Now, this one obviously has already popped. Don't get into this. I just wanted to show you another tool while we're on the subject. And if you want to continue to learn more about different tools as we go, subscribe to the channel, guys, to up your game as you go through these markets so that you don't have to rely on me or other influencers. You can do your own research. Now, guys, I've talked about AI. I've talked about Deepin. Where else is a high conviction play right now? This is Beam. Beam is such an obvious gaming pick right now. It's a blockchain that's been specially designed for games. There's around 30 different games being built on Beam right now. It's one of the most talked about projects within the gaming ecosystem. And back in March, when utility coins were roaring, you can see what happened to the Beam project then. Again, we've had a nice healthy pullback. We've now established a very key pattern. Now, guys, again, this is one of the most trending gaming coins out there. Okay, and you can see breaks all the way down, finds support here. Some projects are down here, but as long as they're below this neckline, okay, you can see we have a rounded base, cut pattern, okay, below this neckline, you're still in good value territory. Beam, I anticipate breaking very soon and seeing a very aggressive upside. Once gaming kicks in, we see Gunzilla Games go live. Alex Becker starts getting 1 million views per video again. Elio Trade starts pumping content. We're going to see Beam absolutely surging. But there are 2 Beams out there, so make sure you get the right one. It's this one with the rainbow flag. Currently a 900 mil market cap. Again, I expect this to run up maybe a 10 or so X in the coming months in a short space of time. Then we can take the money made from this and go after small cap games in the future. So make sure you're subscribed if you want those small cap games in the future. Okay, so we got AI, we've got Deepin, we got gaming. What else did I say? I said real world assets. Obvious real world asset play right now. Ondo Finance, guys. BlackRock is partnered with Ondo Finance. BlackRock is going to be in the news so much about crypto, pumping the hell out of this coin. Now, guys, I don't hold all of these coins I've talked about today because a lot of the ones I've been holding have already been running hot, but I will start to take profits from those and start to move them back into Ondo. I mean, Ondo right now looks perfect. From this neckline here, you can see rounded base again has broken down. It's so easy. Everyone was excited about them back here. They've held pulled back into good value and everyone will get excited about them again. All of the people who left crypto over the last 7 or 8 months crying about the losses they made in March will come straight back in and will start buying all the projects that they already know and that they already wanted to be involved in before. And they were like, well, is it too late? They were trying to buy in up here. They got wrecked. Now is the perfect time to be buying into these projects. There's so many out there. Let's just flick through. This is Chainlink. Okay. Personally, I'm not that excited by Chainlink, but Chainlink, look, certain pattern, rounded base, good to go. Can't go wrong with a lot of these projects. Now, I still hold Sui and other layer ones because I do think that Sui is going to have continued upside. Obviously, I'm in massive profits, and those who subscribe to the channel will also be in massive profits. I do still like Aptos, which is lagging behind Sui a bit. Had a good day yesterday. I do think that Aptos is going to break towards these highs quite shortly, and we'll start to re-challenge highs back up here. There's so much going on, and in the coming days and weeks, I'm going to up the amount of content that I've got, and I'm going to double down on helping you understand when you should be buying, when you should be selling different cryptos. That's the aim of today's video. Obviously going to do research on all of those coins I talked about. Hopefully they all make sense. For AI, Just to recap for AI, we had Aether, we had AOS and Render. Okay, this is kind of AI deep in overlap. There is other ones around like Tau, Potenza, and a bunch of others that I still hold. There's also gaming. I talked about BeamX. Super is an amazing project to look at on gaming, but I would say that right now you've got a better bet of being in Beam because it's more undervalued. And in real world assets, Ondo Finance makes perfect sense. These are larger market cap coins. The reason we want to get into larger market caps is because they will be pumping first as soon as that money floods out of Bitcoin into the rest of the market. Now, all of the coins that I've talked about today are all available over on Bitunix, linked down below in the description. It does not require a KYC. It does not require a VPN. It's very cheap, unlike Coinbase, and also unlike Coinbase that only stocks the biggest coins in crypto. This one will list a bunch of much smaller tokens. If you are already using this exchange and you want any tokens listed, leave them down below and I'll go and ask the Bitunix team to list them right away, and they'll continue to do that through this bull market. So if you want a cheap, really easy to use exchange with some of the best fees around, no KYC or VPN, then use Bitunix. No brainer, link down below. Guys, if you enjoyed today's video, got value, hit the like button. Right now is the easy chance to make some really killer money. Hit the subscribe and let's get it. See you soon. Bye-bye.